Hi, my name is Amanda Tanner, and this is my final project for Foundations in Natural Resource and Conservation. I'm currently sitting at my favorite park bench located at Lake Louisa State Park in Claremont, Florida. I chose this particular area because it holds a special place in my heart for many reasons, and I thought it was time to shine some light on this natural area and what they do here and the missions that are involved in protecting the natural resources. So, one of the reasons why I chose this location in particular is because the lake that's right behind me is called Lake Louisa, and we bought our home here in 2021 and we actually live off of this lake. But this lake is one of many that are on the Palatka chain of lakes. So this particular area is very important with managing the local waterways, and they take careful care into what goes inside our water and protecting it from any sort of damage, any sort of watershed destruction. They do a lot of stuff here to ensure healthy waters, to ensure the preservation of natural areas for the enjoyment of recreation specifically. Just over to my right is a park I'll take some pictures of to include later. It's a park that we like to bring my son here to play, so we've spent a lot of time here. And I really love this place, and I think it's special. So I'm excited to be able to take the time for this project to shine some light on a really, what I like to call a gem of Central Florida. So I'll start off by mentioning that Lake Louisa State Park is managed under a joint operation from the Florida Park Service and the Department of Environmental Protection. The mission statement for these joint entities is to provide resource-based recreation while preserving, interpreting, restoring natural and cultural resources. So Lake Louisa State Park has been many things over the years, starting as a cattle farm for Bronson Family Farms, and then eventually being a turpentine area where we cut the trees and they produce turpentine here as well. Eventually moving on to being orange groves that were used for Florida orange products. And obviously, due to all the different land uses here over time, there have been some depletion to the natural resources. But thankfully, the Florida State Park Service and the Department of Environmental Protection has taken special care to hire people that really care about this land. And a lot of people that work here have grown up in the area and have always considered Lake Louisa to be a special place to them, like I do as well. So one of the things that they do here, and I spoke with Kyle Blair, who is one of the managers here at Lake Louisa State Park, and I asked him how the actions that take place here to manage the natural resources, how that plays into the mission statement of the Florida Park Service and the Department of Environmental Protection. And he was able to tell me that through their work of invasive species removal, the planting of Florida native species, and prescribed fire, Lake Louisa State Park's actually been able to restore some of these natural resources that have been lost over time, and preserving them for the enjoyment of recreation for generations to come. So one thing that he mentioned is a really big thing here is the prescribed fire, which I think was really cool given how much we spoke about that in class. And it was really able to showcase the fact that using something that might be complicated for some people to understand why it's needed is actually the sole reason they've been able to convert what used to be cattle land back into 70% Florida native species ground cover for 50% Florida native species trees. And to me, I think that's very important in my quest to become a natural resource conservation manager, because I'm able to live right down the road from a natural area that I've been able to see this take place. And another thing I'd like to say about Lake Louisa State Park is there's obviously lots of areas around Florida that I could have chose to do this project, but I feel like there are less that have actually been able to stick to their mission plan and have gotten real results from it that have coincided with the objectives and goals that they've had for the land. And I don't know, I just really like this place. As you can see right behind me, I've got a huge longleaf pine. I've got a lake with families swimming behind me, a park where kids are playing over to the right, and over 20 miles of trails just surrounding me right now. I ran into a gopher tortoise on my way here, and yeah, if you ever have a chance to visit Lake Louisa State Park here in Claremont, I highly encourage you to do so, because it is a beautiful natural area that is very well upkept. It's very well taken care of. It's very cared for by the people that are working here on the property. And I was able to learn a lot of really great things about this location through my project, and I'm happy that I chose this location to dive further into, because now I know that every time I come here, I'm able to take audience to active management and the great results you're able to get when you have people that are wanting to put the work in to get what they need to get out of the land. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you learned a little bit about Lake Louisa State Park today. I'll be including some pictures that I've taken during my time here, and I hope you enjoy them. Bye.